Internet, my name is Peridiam, and may I offer you a papaya in these trying times? You know, as a gesture of peace. After this episode, I'm scared. This is crazy. Maybe tonight, we don't have to snuff any torches. Maybe we can all just go back to the camp and be friends.
I should have brought a papaya.
So that was a rather unorthodox merge for a season of Survivor. Seems to be a trend with this new era, doesn't it? Unusual, unpredictable, utterly complicated. For the sake of it? Jeff, what does the audience have to do to earn the merge? On paper, this merge, which by the way is what I'm going with, because I guess the Josh vote was mergatory and technically they are now merged. This merge, as we were seeing in the beginning of the episode, was shaping up to be a war between the two biggest tribes, the Orange Ratu and the Green Soka. Meanwhile, the Tika 3 are just in the middle and acting as agents of their own volition, picking a side between the two and trying their best to walk that ever so delicate tightrope. We saw glimpses of this in the first half of the episode when the targets start to solidify with the newly merged tribe. And by the way, I love Jam Jam saying that his name meant survivor in Fijian. I would have loved to have the tribe be known as the Jam Jam tribe. I mean, heck, as far as my rooting interest goes, it kinda already is. Ratu has 4 still in the game: Brandon, Lauren, Jamie, and Kane, and are possibly just going with the flow. Josh was just voted out, and we don't know exactly where their targets are set next, but I'm guessing that Jam Jam and Carolyn are next in their pecking order, given it seems that Tika was low man on the totem pole. You know how it goes, just keep picking off the bottom dwellers. It is actually a pretty common and expected strategy for the early merge of Survivor. Heck, I mean, we've already seen it happen in the past 3 seasons. Some faction is inevitably on the outs, and because they have the least connections, it's easy to take them out because not many feathers are being ruffled. Or rustled, whichever you prefer. However, on the flip side of this, the Green Soka players are all about proactive gameplay. Danny just wants to break the ice, upset the apple cart, buck the trend, and snipe Lauren when she's not looking. Everyone knows that she has this extra vote, apparently it's just public knowledge, so take her out while it's less effective. The Soka 4 of Danny, Heidi, Matt, and Franny are on board. And they've also got Carson and Kane too, the 2 Jedi Masters. In a tribe of 11, if you're gonna blindside the person with 2 votes, well, this does technically give them the numbers. Not to mention Carolyn and Jam Jam are kinda just there as the decoy targets, so it may be even easier than ever. But the fun twist of the episode here is that the inner workings of Soka are actually ready to take out Danny too. When Danny walks away, Soka huddles up and says that they want to flip on Danny first because he is an idol and he's been lying to everyone about it. Matt now knows his idol is fake and Danny's past actions have caught up to him. And actually, let's talk about this for a quick second. As it turns out, fake idols are not often a good idea and tend to either have little effect or backfire by exposing your lies and craftsmanship. Rob's sister Nina recently did a deep dive into their history and the results may surprise you. Let's just say not every idol has the same effect as Bob Crowley or David Wright. So all of this is setting the stage for what looks to be a really fun merge episode, and then want to know what you're playing for?
Salty steaks.
The merge tribe is split into 2 tribes. Carson, this is gonna hurt. Wait, are we going back to the pre-merge? And we're merged, but not. No, hold on, but we are merged. But half of you aren't voting. Wait, hold on. Okay, and you're living on 2 beaches for the day. I thought we earned the merge. But you're all gonna be at tribal council. Oh, okay, so we are merged. But over half of you can't talk. Wait, what? I need to sit down. I'm feeling queasy.
Is he okay?
I'm just trying to push through.
Okay, so yeah, I've had time to process this twist, and what I've come up with is this. It's a tribe swap, but it's post-merge. Survivor fans have been asking for a tribe swap in this new era, and we weren't satisfied with what happened in episode 4, so we now have a post-merge variation too. It is an actual tribe swap and not just a single player swap. It's completely random, and even Carson is left out in the middle to pick which one he wants to go to. And so, okay, just bear with me here. Ignoring the fact that it's post-merge, The reality is that we have seen this before. 6 of the past 9 seasons have had this happen, going back to season 36 Ghost Island, where at the final 11 or 10, the merged tribe is split in two and we see both tribes vote someone out. However, this season the producers decided to just have one person go home, with the added effect that the other tribe will be able to attend tribal council so they don't miss out on the action. Maybe a hot take, but I like this change. It means everyone is informed of everything. In the past, the other tribe has been sent back to the beach and doesn't know what went down. For example, in Survivor 42, the tribe of all men had no idea what happened with Drea and Marianne playing their idols. It was all recounted by word of mouth after the fact. So because this is a jury who's trying to take in everything that they get from the jury onward, in that respect, I like it. Inevitably, I expected this split tribe twist to occur at some point this season. It was either going to be at 11 or 10, as that's when it's always been, and I feared if it was at the final 10, we would potentially lose the final 9 vote, given 2 players are usually voted out. Which I think is the worst part of this twist, that we lose 2 players to it and lose one of the best rounds for strategy ever. Tony's incredible blindside move doesn't happen if the producers do it that way on season 40. So we kind of got this twist out of our system early, and I think it's been improved upon, and we only lost 1 person from it. And maybe that's too much silver lining for some people out there, but I think the bigger question is, Jeff, do we really need to do this at all? In the case of 44, we just merged, we've just got a dynamic ready to play out, the battle lines are drawn, we got a glimpse of it. If you're curious to know my honest thoughts, I don't really mind the post-merge tribe swap, there's been precedent for it, I can see why the producers want to spice up the early merge to prevent a steamroll from occurring. But I do think it didn't need to happen on this particular season, given we're still not fully merged yet. Okay, but like technically we are. I mean, are we? The interesting thing about this challenge, though, is that Franny could have theoretically thrown the challenge here once she won individual immunity. Looking at this new orange tribe, I am guessing we may have seen a Danny blindside with a potential for a Carolyn idol play. It would have been juicy given both idol holders are in this group, but that didn't happen as both Matt and Jam Jam are now in hot water. And because Lauren has an extra vote and neither Jam Jam nor Matt have a real idol, just a papaya and some puppy dog love, they're kind of screwed no matter what. Jam Jam talks about the 2 of them voting together, but that really wouldn't have mattered given that Ratu could split their votes 2 and 2, so an idol play wouldn't save both of them. And I think they knew that, which is why they inevitably turned on each other. I had wondered if Carolyn from the jury bench could play her idol on Jam Jam to save him, but Jeff answered this question after the episode by saying that the other tribe couldn't play their idols or advantages to meddle with the purple tribe. Which kind of makes sense given historical precedents with this twist. They're 2 different teams, 2 tribes, it is what it is. But I've got a bone to pick. First, Jeff, why not? I think it would have been much more fascinating to see that happen, or to at least let Carolyn have the option. Because after all, they are merged, right? Why not let them sort of mingle and play with each other? She can't vote, but she can protect her allies from the bench. I just was kind of hoping it could happen. It opens up doors and could make for interesting TV. But second, why couldn't Matt retrieve his bag from the merged camp? Apparently that wasn't allowed, for Franny to give Matt's bag to him so he could play a shot in the dark. I mean, she didn't bring it to tribal council anyway, but apparently if she did, she wasn't allowed to hand it over. But in Matt's defense, nobody has ever expected in the history of this show to bring all of their possessions to a challenge. Sure, bring it to tribal council, you can't play it if you don't have it, but a challenge? What this is basically saying is that future players need to bring everything, everywhere they go, all the time. Personally, I don't think that's a very interesting concept. I say just give them their bag. What the hell does it matter? I will say it's a little bit weird to be talking about this in a YouTube video because it's a lot of strange decisions that all seem arbitrary and reductive, but they were actually front and center to this story of the episode.
Maybe if I shout loud enough, Franny, bring my bag!
And then lastly, Heidi does get to play this steal a vote advantage she found. Oh, I see. You wanted this parchment to matter more than the other parchments, so nothing else was allowed. The funny thing is that because Lauren had an extra vote, it pretty much canceled out Heidi's stolen vote. Or controlled vote. It's pretty much the same thing. The Ratu 3, Brandon, Jamie, and Lauren stuck together, voted for Matt, the player they believed was a bigger threat with more connections, makes sense, and Jam Jam did the same. But the interesting thing here is that Lauren didn't play her extra vote, and I think think it's because she was forced to vote for Jam Jam, because she probably just wasn't worried about an idol after all. Her numbers were safe either way, and when Heidi has her vote for Jam Jam, it was guaranteed the Ratu 3 would get their way. Now here's the juicy part. Matt and Jam Jam could have actually been saved with Heidi's vote here. If Heidi really wanted to screw Lauren and the Ratus over, she could have had Brandon or Jamie vote for Lauren in the hopes that Jam Jam and Matt would do the same, causing Lauren to play her extra vote, leading to a 3-3 tie, a revote, and then Lauren getting taken out 2-1, given Heidi also probably would control Brandon or Jamie's vote in the revote because of course she played this advantage, and Lauren wouldn't be allowed to vote with her extra vote given the rules of revotes. If you receive the votes, you're not allowed to vote in the revote. But when I really sit down and break apart the strategy and talk about what I think is most optimal, I think that Heidi's best move was probably to just King of Gabon it up and throw the parchment in the ocean. You want to make friends in Survivor? Don't screw anyone over. Huzzah! That is a lot to unpack, but it's also just fundamental Survivor number crunching. We've seen it time and time again. And given the social dynamic of the tribe, I found this tribal and this strategy talk to be pretty enjoyable. I was entertained. I don't fault Heidi too much for this move. It's kind of weird to be doing this at the final 11. The dynamics are just all over the place with the twist. I think she tried to play it safe, but at the same time, she left Jam Jam and Carolyn out to dry. Despite how dry they are, this was a pretty emotional episode given the result, with a fair amount of emotion and tears in its wake. Carolyn and Franny are sidelined watching their closest allies fight for their life. Someone is gonna lose, and that is the double-edged nature of the game. A tribe swap where someone is put on the bottom isn't new to Survivor. It's been going on since the very early days, so I really didn't feel too bad for either of Matt or Jam Jam. And honestly, I would have felt worse if Lauren left, just because it would have been over Heidi finding a parchment due to a random scavenger hunt. I'm starting to realize that the Easter Bunny would make a killing on this show. I think this is the episode that is going to crystallize the direction of the season. With so much emotion, tears, and many heartfelt connections put on the line and now severed, the game has reached its tipping point, and Matt was the catalyst for the bloodbath that is about to unfold. The Ratus drew a line with their decision to vote out Matt. Soka is gonna retaliate. And all I think is, damn, us Tika fans are eating good in Tribe Jam Jam. Seriously though, I do think the beginning of this episode was foreshadowing what's to come, and Carson, Carolyn, and Jam Jam are in a great spot, and I'm rooting for them. And just like any Survivor fan, I really hope this post-merge delivers and we can avoid some of these arbitrary twists. Survivor thrives on the backs of its casting, and I just want some room to breathe. That is all I ask. And that's gonna be it for my breakdown of this utterly complicated merge of Survivor 44. Those are my thoughts, but I'm curious to know now, what are yours? What do you think about the season so far? Who are you rooting for? I try to be fair and level with my criticisms, and in spite of them, I am still very much having fun. A big thank you to my patrons for all your support in these trying times. May I offer you some breadfruit? How about an egg? Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to expect the unexpected on your way out. Where have I heard that before? And I will see you in the next one, once I play my hidden immunity papaya. Checkmate, Jeff.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
You know what, Jeff?
Is it? Can I play it? I want to play that.
You want to play this?
Yeah, can I play that?
That is a hidden immunity idol.
Maddie, take this cursed thing away.
Any votes cast for Maddie will not count. Matt does not count. Matt does not count. One vote left. 16th person voted out, the 12th member of our jury. Lauren, need to bring me your torch?
That was really well played.